Just wanted to address the Connor McDavid injury situation. Connor suffered broken left clavicle. He was admitted to the hospital last night, expected to have surgery today. He'll be out indefinitely and not week to week. We're talking about months. Don't have a particular time frame, but as I said, plural months. Those are the relevant points. Questions?
Can you talk to the human side of this? I don't know if you talked to the kid last night or, I mean, so early in his career, he's already accomplished quite a body of work for 12 games.
Yeah, well, the human side is that there was an 18-year-old kid, so to speak, after the game that was very upset and had a significant injury to his shoulder. He just, he didn't have much to say, and he was upset, and he loves to play the game, and he won't be playing it for a while. So he's, as a player, he's done a lot of things as a rookie in this league, and as a player in general. So, these are tough injuries, and the silver lining is that he's young. He's a strong kid, mentally and physically. He's still developing, so he'll come back probably even stronger. In my experience with these significant injuries with younger players, they come back stronger. So,
Peter, do you know anything more about the injury? Why you're saying months? Is there plates and screws involved?
well, there'll be surgery. So usually with surgery, Mark, plates and screws. So there will be plates and screws involved.
Does that make it, in your experience in hockey, are we going from Patrick Kane came back in 2 months? Why is this one any different? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know that. All injuries are different ages for recovery. I don't know. That wasn't explained to me. We didn't compare it to Patrick Kane's.
What was your first initial reaction when you saw him in the boards?
This isn't going to be good. I saw his shoulder jab, and I thought the same when Jordan went into the boards there, Jordan Eberle. So.
In hindsight, is this better than maybe a separated shoulder injury? Like, can you take a silver line and say, okay, it's a full?
No. It's not better than it. No.
Peter, you have Leon Draisaitl here, and people wonder, is he a guy to play center? He's excelled on the wing. Have you and Todd had any thoughts? I know you probably don't have to want to think about it right away, but what are your thoughts with Draisaitl in the middle, or who's going to?
No, we had thoughts after the game. We talked this morning. We'll continue to talk. Leon gives us a very good option. So the struggle is you take him off maybe one of the hottest lines in the league, but he's as he showed in training camp, as he's shown up here, he can play both positions. So it gives us a very good option, and we'll determine that in the next little bit. Jordan Eberle very close to coming back, so he's he fits into the equation too.
What does this mean for the rest of your club? I mean, just the players moving forward. Obviously, this is a big goal, and he's going to be missed. But just what he brought to the rink every day. I mean, that's got to feed up on the rest of the guys. And
all those young guys bring that energy, enthusiasm. I'm sure you'll have to talk to the guys after, but I'm sure they're going to miss. He's a very bright-eyed kid that comes in and makes everybody's day. He comes in and he's always happy, and so that'll be missed. I think just because he's young, 18, I think a lot of the guys feel for him like a little brother. So I'm sure they'll visit him and stuff. And
This organization's almost been plagued, I guess, with bad luck when it comes to young players getting injured. What do you make of that? Is it just, you look at other teams around the league, and I think Edmonton's first overall picks have had way more injuries than anybody else. So it's not like, other 18-year-olds can't play in here. Is it just bad luck? What do you make of that? Are you a believer in curses at all?
My old Italian great-grandmother, no. First, you're right, the injury was bad luck. I mean, he lost an edge, and I've heard some people talking about, hey, an 18-year-old playing in the league. So I don't think that's an issue here. I don't know. I mean, in Boston, we had a bad injury with Bergeron. He wasn't 18, but you talk about how a team can rally around it too, and that's what I expect to happen here. We lost him. We had a strong rally in the third period, and it's it's important that other guys step up their game.
Peter, do you or Todd need to say anything to the players about, you made it through the real short term, the one period without him, but you lose this kid that the whole league is excited about, and just trying to move forward and not so much feel sorry for yourself, but push forward and do what you can to make him feel good about not being available, but him still moving forward?
I think, again, I'm not going to put words in Todd's mouth, but I think what's important is that just to move forward, and we're going to be missing him for a while, and we've got good players, and we're getting good player back, and it's teams suffer catastrophic injuries, and they figure it out. As I said, with Bergeron, we ended up making the playoffs that year, and so it's just something that the guys have to step up. They're going to miss Connor. He will be back. He'll be like a trade acquisition when he comes back, which will be nice. And you just move on.
Peter, sometimes in surgery, doctors pretty much know exactly what they're doing before they begin. Sometimes they go in and they say, we got to see what's in there when we get there. I'd like to know if the doctors told you anything about that. Is there a chance that months turns into a season-ending injury?
Based on what I've heard, I don't think so. They know exactly what they have to do, is what I was told. But I don't think so. But I guess there's always a small chance.
Peter, how frustrating is it for the franchise? You get this thing moving in the right direction, and all of a sudden this kind of happens.
Well, I mean, as I said, like, injuries happen, and you have to, you have to get by them, and you have to, rely on your depth. And listen, right now we're 5-8, so like, are we turned around? Not by any means, but what I've seen is compete and support and resiliency and coming back. So I like that. So that's progress. I've talked about progress. It's, Connor is such a special player, and it's at such a young age that it's disappointing. It's like today feels like a loss. Like, we won last night. Today feels like a loss. So, but we'll get by it, and we've got a good staff here. We've got good players, and as I said, as you alluded to, there is a little bit of momentum in the progress department, so we'll build on that.
Can you give us your thoughts just on your young blue line? Davidson, Nurse, Claudia, Reinhardt, 3 rookies last night, 4 guys under 24. Maybe you didn't want them all in, but it seemed to be pretty good.
I'll answer that, but this isn't a State of the Union, but I'll answer that. It's promising to see. I think you saw some better puck movement than we've ever seen last night, and those young guys still have things to work on. But it's at the end of the day, when you get all those young pieces up and running on the back end, I think it'll be a pretty good unit.
In terms of evaluating the progress of the process, is that harder to do now, or is that put on hold now that one of the key ingredients is out for long term?
It may actually help it. The other people will be in elevated positions, and whether they're suited for that or not, at least it gives me a chance to examine it. Good? All right, thank you.